When people try my food, they often ask me how I came up with the idea of this dish. The truth is that I often get my inspiration from people around me. For example, the last dessert I created, Persimmon Chilli Cobbler with salted caramel sauce. This was inspired by a very close friend of mine, who I would not name, but I'm sure she knows I'm talking about her. She is the sweetest person you could ever meet. Kind, happy-go-lucky, always smiling, always making other people smile. At least for the first few times you meet her. Then you start to see a more interesting and surprising side of her. Saltiness, naughtiness, something you didn't expect. And that's what I put into Persimmon Chilli Cobbler with salted caramel sauce. Let me tell you how that happened. There are 4 basic varieties of persimmon in the world. The first one is Hasia, Fuyu, cinnamon, and the sweet pumpkin. Hasia is the one common variety which is widely available in India, especially during the fall season. And one thing which is so fantastic about persimmon is when it gets completely ripe, it becomes so sweet that it tastes like honey. So to combine that with chilies is a total contrast of flavors. And when you are having a caramel sauce, you always expect that to be that sweet, smoky, sugary flavors. But then you add a little pinch of sea salt to it, it adds a whole different contrast of tastes. To make the Persimmon Chilli Cobbler with salted caramel sauce, first you need persimmon. It does not matter if it is not perfectly ripe, because this is going to get cooked anyway. You core it, thinly slices, toss it with a little bit of chili flakes and a pinch of brown sugar, little bit of cinnamon powder or star anise powder, and you layer it in a baking pan. That's the first step of this dessert. For making the topping, you use all-purpose flour. You can also use whole wheat flour, and then you use chilled butter cut into small pieces, and with your fingers you make a nice breadcrumb consistency mixture. You can also add chopped dry fruits to this, dried nuts to this. It works perfectly fine, but I also tend to use brown sugar in this mixture. Give it a nice layer above the chopped fruits, and then you bake it 150 degrees for approximately 25 minutes until the top becomes nice and crispy and the bottom, the persimmon, becomes nice, sweet and perfectly cooked. My friend loved the idea that I've created a dessert based on her. And now I hope I've made you realize that dessert isn't one-dimensional. It's an adventure in which you can take sweet as a base and combine it with salty, spicy or whatever flavor you wish. Tell me what you think about my idea and keep sharing your food ventures with me. Have you ever come across a dessert that's adventurous and thought it was fantastic? I want to know.